back, viewers. You're watching The Savera and I'm Shafali. Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu is set to chair a crucial high-level meeting today at 10:30 a.m. at the Ministry of Civil Aviation in New Delhi. Now, this emergency meeting comes in the aftermath of the catastrophic crash of Air India flight AI-171, a scheduled international service from Ahmedabad to London's Gatwick Airport, which went down minutes after takeoff on June 12, resulting in one of the deadliest aviation disasters in India's recent history. The aircraft involved in the incident was a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, one of the Air India's long-haul wide-body jets. It crashed into a densely populated residential area, specifically into the premises of a medical college hostel near Ahmedabad Airport. The plane had just taken off. In a mile, it just crashed in front of several people's eyes and claiming them, and still climbing when suddenly lost altitude, spiraled out of control and exploded upon impact. The fireball that followed was intensified by the large quantity of fuel on board for the long international flight. The crash resulted in the death of at least 241 people, including passengers, crew and residents on ground. Also comes with 20 people plus. Only one survivor has been confirmed so far, a passenger who miraculously escaped with crucial injuries. The upcoming high-level meeting is expected to include the Civil Aviation Secretary, the Director General of the Director General of Civil Aviation, senior officials from the Airport Authority of India, and top-level representatives from various aviation and safety regulatory bodies. The agenda will cover an in-depth review of India's current aviation safety protocols, emergency preparedness and standard operating procedures for handling both in-flight and post-crash scenarios. In addition to immediate operational discussions, the ministry has announced the formation of a high-powered multidisciplinary committee. Now, this committee will function independently on the formal crash investigation and will focus on a broader review of systematic vulnerabilities within India's civil aviation framework. Its mandate includes examining the sequence of events that led to the crash of AI-171, identifying any potential lapses in existing safety procedure, training, aircraft maintenance or regulatory oversight, assessing the effectiveness of air traffic control coordination, aircraft design safety compliance and emergency response mechanism, whereas recommending a forward-looking framework to improve both preventive measures and response systems for managing future aviation emergencies. This all has to be included in the meeting. The ministry clarified via a statement on X that the committee is not intended to replace other formal investigations by the DGCA, Air India or international aviation authorities. Rather, it will serve to strengthen policy-level safety norms and recommend reforms that can be institutionalized across the civil aviation ecosystem in India. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi personally visited the crash site where rescue and recovery efforts were still underway. He met with the sole survivor and several injured individuals who are being treated at Ahmedabad Civil Hospital and offered condolences to the family of the deceased. The Prime Minister also reviewed the ground situation and was briefed by local media, medical teams and members of the National Disaster Response Force who were deployed for the operation. A team of 70 to 80 doctors and forensic experts have been mobilized to carry out post-mortem examinations. Now, due to the severity of the crash and the extent of the fire damage, identifying the victims has proven extremely challenging. DNA testing is being employed to aid in the identification of severely charred remains. Several families are still waiting confirmation of the fate of their loved ones. On the technical front, the DGCA and Air India's internal safety teams, along with aviation investigators and representatives from Boeing, are conducting a full-scale probe into the crash. Both the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, collectively known as the black boxes, have been recovered from the wreckage and are undergoing analysis to reconstruct the final moments of the flight. Investigators are looking into multiple possible causes, including mechanical failure, human error, software malfunction, or a sudden loss of control due to external factors. Experts emphasize that investigations into such complex crashes can take weeks or even months before definitive conclusions are drawn. The international aviation community, including agencies such as the Federal Aviation Administration and International Civil Aviation Organization, are also expected to monitor or support the investigation due to the aircraft type and international route involved. This tragedy has sparked a renewed debate on the state of aviation safety in India, particularly regarding aircraft maintenance standards, pilot workload, and training quality, airport infrastructure, and air traffic control modernization. Industry insiders and policy analysts are calling for a more robust safety oversight, frequent audits, and investments in training and simulation technologies to prevent similar disasters in the future. In the days ahead, both the findings of the formal investigation and the recommendations from the newly formed committee are expected to significantly shape aviation policy reforms, not only within India, but potentially influencing international best practices as well. The Ministry of Civil Aviation reiterated its commitment to ensuring transparency throughout the investigation and emphasized that the highest priority remains the safety and security of air passengers and crew. That's all for now in this update. Stay tuned to the Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.